All right. Welcome to the podcast, Win.
Thank you.
Finally got it here. It's been a little while
finally.
waiting for this to come together. I'll just get you to quickly introduce yourself to the camera so the audience knows who you are.
Okay. I practiced this a lot
Good.
earlier. I said hello, kia ora mabuhay. My name is Win Velasco, aka Win Wolf. A content creator on TikTok and also TVNZ, the Feed Insider.
Nice. So I want to start with some history because I've only recently been following your stuff and things like that. I want you to take me back to the beginning because I don't know the beginning. I don't know the story of how you started and got into this. So tell me how that looks and where it came from.
So it all started back in 2015.
Okay.
If I'm not wrong.
Yeah, wow.
2015.
Yeah.
Back when it was Musical.ly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I stumbled upon the platform.
Yeah.
Because I love doing funny videos for my family and friends. Mm-hmm. And then it just started from there. So I was hiding it to a lot of my friends because back then it wasn't like a normal thing to do. To have a funny video out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it started from there back in the Philippines 2015.
Yeah.
And then afterwards I got hit up by Musical.ly
Yeah, okay.
to be a representative in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Because they want to expand in the Philippines and they're finding people that has quite a following.
Yeah.
It started growing back then. And then that is also the year that I'm moving here in New Zealand. And when I moved to New Zealand, they have to drop me off.
Wow. What year was that?
2016.
2016. So how many followers did you have back then on Musical.ly?
Back in Musical.ly, I think around less than 100,000.
Okay. Yeah. That's pretty crazy that back then there would have only been millions of people on the platform.
Yeah, but it's all in America.
Yeah. So that's interesting. Were there a lot of people in Philippines at the time on it?
Not really, but they said a lot of people already download the app. That's why they want to invest.
Okay, got it. Because it's a big market for it now, right?
Now, yeah.
Do you have a lot of followers in the Philippines now?
No.
Nah, so it hasn't translated even since you started there.
Yeah, because I don't do a lot of content that is
Targeted
for Filipinos.
Yeah.
But in the Philippines, TikToker have mentions now.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Yeah, the Filipino creators are huge there. So 2016, so you moved to New Zealand.
Yeah.
And you continued to do it Musical.ly?
Yeah. Just as a hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't know that there's a big market when it comes to content creating.
Yeah.
I was just doing it for fun, and I still don't know. I don't have any people to look up to or to ask question about.
Yeah.
So I was just doing it for fun, and then while working, because I think I'm in student visa back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have to focus on what's in front of me, which is I moved to New Zealand to find a better future.
Yeah.
So it was really hard to
Do
juggle it
both.
up. So I have to squish it as a hobby, even though I do it as a hobby.
Yeah, interesting. And so you studied for a few years, I guess, 3 or 4 years?
Just 1 year.
Just 1 year?
Yeah, I already finished uni back in the Philippines.
Got it. So you just did a bridging sort of final year here in New Zealand?
Not really, just because it's the easiest pathway for
it's
Filipinos to do student visa and then find a job.
Yeah. Okay, so then you found a job and the job gave you a more permanent residency. Okay, cool. And then so once you got a job, did you pick it back up again a bit more than a hobby, or it stayed a hobby for a few years?
It's still a hobby, but I do have I started to see that there's something more. But funny thing is, I remember I had a deal, which I was insanely whoa. And it's just $45 for a TikTok. And I'm already yo, that's my grocery.
I love that. $45.
Yeah, and
that's
back
huge.
then I already had 100,000 followers. But
That's
I was
crazy.
$45? Cop it.
What was it for? Can you tell us the brand?
It's a music company.
Okay,
I don't know the brand, the name
okay,
of the company anymore. But
Yeah. Was it for a song or something?
Yeah, for a song.
Like a dance.
Not really dance, just because Musical.ly is like this.
Yeah.
So you can do anything. They're not really.
Yeah.
They're flexible when it comes to the idea.
Yeah. That is so funny.
Yeah.
And so what year was that $45 deal?
Probably 2017.
Okay, 2017. Okay.
Yeah.
And then what's your profession like? What were you doing for work?
So when I got here, I can't really find a job yet because I was freshly graduated uni.
Yeah.
So I don't have any experience, but I decided to go to New Zealand without experience. So it's quite harder for me.
Yeah.
So I ended up doing waiter.
Yeah.
For at least less than a year.
Yeah.
Less than a year. And then afterwards, I did graphic design.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's what I studied for anyways.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And so when you did graphic design, was that how you got your visa, more permanent visa? Yeah.
I stayed for 4 years.
Cool.
in one company.
Yeah, wow. What were you working in agency or graphic
It's
design?
a print shop, like a
print shop.
print signage shop.
Yeah, cool, cool,
Yeah.
cool. Okay, so 2017, you got your first $45 versus
Yeah.
sponsorship, which is
Yeah.
that's actually pretty cool. How old were you at 2017? You must have been 22 or something.
Yeah.
22.
Yeah.
So you got $45. When did the next deal come along?
There's another one late 2017
Yeah,
where
okay.
there's another app because everyone's copying Musical.ly back then.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's not TikTok yet,
No,
right?
no.
Yeah. So everyone's copying Musical.ly back then. So there was an American company. They want to start a new app wherein it's not really like a TikTok, but it's more like a Snapchat kind of thing, like messaging app.
Yeah.
And they're taking all the Musical.ly people to do it. And they offered $1 every message. So I spammed it. I got like $1,000. I spammed it.
So what do you mean a message? Like you message people?
So it's really funny. So what happens is that they're gonna promote it on Musical.ly, right? And the promotion is all about you can see what we're talking about on our group message. So a group message of 10 Musical.ly users, I think we called it user back then. So 10 people, and then you're outside as an audience. You can read our conversation.
I got it.
Yeah, so quite weird.
That is an interesting thing. So it's like a
Yeah.
group chat, but you have like voyeurs, like people just
People
watching.
can see
That is
your
weird.
conversation.
I like it.
I feel
like
like it's
it.
gonna work now, but back then, nah.
I reckon it would.
Imagine if we had that in our office.
Oh, I love that. Imagine if we made our group chat public.
No.
Fuck.
And everyone can react,
Yeah, people can react, but they can't comment.
comment.
Bro, that would be
That's kinda like, the
Discord.
Discord.
Kind of, yeah. Just moderated discords and stuff. Like, yeah. Lots
So for the first month, we got paid like it's actually 1,500 for the first month, and then afterwards they change it to like per message.
yeah.
So obviously that's the time I was like, "Tra-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta." Yeah, I need
Love
the
that.
money.
Just spammed it.
Yeah.
So you made $1,000, and
Yeah.
just for 1 month or a few months?
That's for a month.
yeah. Did you do it?
Because the app didn't go well.
What was the app called?
Start with letter S. I forget the name.
nah.
Start with letter S.
That's so funny. I've never heard of it. That's so funny. And then okay, so that's not bad for 2017. And then when did how did that transition from Musical.ly to TikTok go? Like, what was that experience like?
I already know about TikTok back
Yeah.
then because I got hit up again by
Yeah.
the Musical.ly team in the Philippines,
Yeah.
and they said you should start making an account in TikTok.
Mm.
But TikTok back then is just starting, and they told us about the transitioning. So I already know the transitioning part
Yeah.
of TikTok to iMusic to TikTok. I have another account, and yeah, but I wasn't like really sure about it. I was like, you know what, Musical.ly is doing so well. I don't think a TikTok would actually
Yeah.
pop off. And then they posted that on Musical.ly that they're changing
Yeah.
suddenly. And then when I check my app, it has Musical.ly and TikTok like a slash, half in a logo.
Yeah.
And then afterwards it becomes just TikTok.
Shit. And so your account just transferred over.
I have 2 accounts.
Oh, you have 2 accounts.
Yeah, but I don't use the TikTok account. But now my Musical.ly is a TikTok account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But
funny.
some people, they lost their crown. So Musical.ly, you have a crown for verification.
Okay.
Like verified user.
Yeah.
Some of my mates lost their ones. My ones still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
my
it.
My sister is also a verified account back in the Philippines, but she's not doing it now.
Okay. Was that were you nervous when that changed over? Like you might lose the following, or was there any worry about it?
I'm not really sure. I feel like I've been really consistent on posting. So
Yeah.
yeah, but my mates also very consistent
Yeah.
posting. But like, yeah, so I don't know. Or maybe they just didn't realize that I still have my verification.
Yeah. Funny.
Yeah.
And what year was that? 2019, 2018?
Is it 2019 when
Something like
TikTok
that, eh?
changed?
Started,
I think so.
started
before
2019 maybe?
before
Before
COVID.
lockdown. Yeah, way before COVID. I think it might have been started 2019 or something. Maybe Connor can have a Google when it started. When did, so in that 2018, 2019 period, were you still making decent brand deals? Like,
No, it all started when I joined an agency.
okay.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And then so that's when the brands really started to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To kick in.
And how has that been over the last, so when was that? 2020, 2021?
2021.
2021. Oh, so you only joined in 2021. How many
Yeah.
followers did you have by then?
I'm not really sure.
You must have had a few 100,000 though, eh?
Yeah.
Because you've had a few 100,000 for a while now. Eh?
Yeah. It's low, but I think this is the time that I got like a community
Yeah,
behind
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Before it was just like,
Growth.
yeah,
Yeah. But then you've got to transition that growth into like community, right?
Yeah, community.
Yeah. And you can see that even by like your recent posts are more about intimate things that your community knows, right? Rather
Yeah.
than just like, let's go viral.
Yeah, but I do a lot of like, I don't have a niche.
Yeah.
I try to have a
noticed.
niche,
Yeah.
but it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if I stick on one niche, I'll just be tired of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good advice for creators.
Yeah.
That if you, because the worst thing you can do is stop posting.
Yeah.
And if you stop posting because you're not happy with it, like, or you're not involved, right? That's the worst thing you can do because you'll just stop posting if you don't enjoy
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Okay.
And you get drained.
you get
so
drained.
much. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I see it happen to even Joni, right? Like Joni trying to do stuff and just sick of doing the same thing and wants to be more creative and other ways to push it. It's the same with like musicians. You think of like a musician would come out with like their first album and it'll be like this big poppy album and it'll go off. And then the second album's similar a little bit. And by the third album, they're like doing some real dark stuff. Like,
Yeah, like what happened to Miles Cyrus.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
she has
yeah.
an album that's like flop. I think the country one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly right. So it's just people like musicians, but they want to try some because they're creatively
Yeah.
tapped out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's always like a lot of layers to a person.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that that's really important for people, especially as creators. Have you thought about having other accounts that are niched? You know, like
Not
doing
yet.
something?
It's in my back of my mind,
Yeah.
but like not really.
Yeah.
I haven't got the motivation to actually make another account.
Yeah, 'cause it's a
aside
bit
from
of
my
work.
old account that I haven't even used.
Yeah, yeah. How much
Yeah.
is the other account sitting at?
Probably like 12K followers.
So it's just a small one for you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bigger than mine. I shouldn't say it's small, but
You're
it's
gonna
still
go big.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I can see that there's already like you have the character for it.
Oh, fuck. Okay, I'll take that as a compliment.
Like you're easy to remember. That's why I'm nervous. I was like, oh my god, my first podcast and it's Stan.
I love that. That's funny, and it's on Stansplaining. Well, I'll take that as a compliment. That's flat. I'm flattered. But tell me, okay, I want to get back on track because I want to get the story sorted. So in 2021, you joined your agency.
Yeah.
Is this the previous agency that
Hopefully
you're
it's not
with?
2022. Maybe
Yeah, it
20
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Relative. And then, how were those brand deals for you? Did they start to come through?
It started to come through.
Yeah.
But most of them are the brands reaching out to them because I didn't even put my email back when I was like doing Musically and then the first part of TikTok. I don't have email in there. I forgot to put my Instagram even.
Oh, yeah.
Up until one of my manager was like, you know what? You should actually link your Instagram. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, how successful was the brand deals for you? Like, were you making good money from it, or was it a bit slow? Or tell me the experience.
I'm not exposed to what it should be.
Yeah.
So that's why I completely rely to an agency.
Yeah.
Back then, it was doing well. It's just, it's a redirecting everything.
Yeah.
That kind of felt like it's not me anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why I chose to leave.
And you said that you were with the graphic design company for like 4 years. Did you quit that to go full-time creator, or did you just quit that to go to another job?
I quit for full-time creation.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So were you making enough on brand deals to quit, or you just wanted to go all in?
Yeah. So not really, but
Okay.
like it's enough that it's almost the same as what I'm getting as a employee.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm like, I've been doing it for 4 years.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm always, if I get comfortable, I stick to it quite a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and I have Filipino family. Filipino family, like, if you're comfortable, if you're okay, why change?
Yeah.
And that's the time that I'm like, you know what? It's been 4 years. I didn't do any changes. Maybe it's time for me. I have enough saving for me to go on and eat like 3 times a day with snacks.
That's
Yeah,
what
that-
matters.
I keep
as long as you can eat snacks.
Yeah, because like Filipinos always mention that, like, oh, what are you going to eat next time? So I use this as a pun. I don't know if you call it a pun.
Yeah.
I just said like, well, I'm still eating 3 times a day with snacks.
Yeah.
So I think I'm good. So that's the time that I was like, you know what? I'm gonna quit my job to have something different in my life.
Yeah.
Because it's been 4 years straight just working in one company. So I'm like, it's time.
Nice. And when you went full time, by that stage, your brand deals were enough that you can still live comfortably, still have your 3 meals with snacks. Has that grown? How has that gone over the last 2 years?
So basically, I left my graphic
Yeah.
designer job back in last year in November.
Okay, yeah.
So it's just been
2020.
like 6 months.
Oh,
now.
so it's only 6 months that you left.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I jumped ahead. So for the last 6 months, how's that been like?
So it's almost like the same,
Yeah.
But then there are months that I'll be like 2 months ahead from my
Cool.
salary if I'm working as a graphic designer.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
So,
so
you're
I'm
in a
like-
good position.
Yeah, not really good position because like there's a month that I'm not gonna get anything.
Oh, sorry, I get you. So month out.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got you. I'm on the.
And then there's gonna be another month where I'm gonna be ahead.
Okay.
Like 2 months, which I'm gonna be, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah,
But I
yeah.
always base it on my salary back when I was a graphic designer. But when I went to the Philippines last March,
Yeah.
that's the time that I was so nervous because like I really want to go back to Philippines to see my family because it's been 3 years because of the COVID. So I really want to go, but then there's part of me like, well, I just quit my job, and what am I going to do if I go out of the country and if there's a brand deal, like for example, let's say like Burger King or something, reach out to you and they want you to try their new burger. I can't do that because I'm out of the country. Yeah, so I have to decline, and I'm like, holy, what's gonna happen? And
interesting.
then sometimes I had experience that when you go out of the country, TikTok changed their algorithm via region,
Yeah.
and you're gonna be out of New Zealand market for a month as
Yeah.
well, which is, I don't know if it's true or not,
Yeah.
but
I think
yeah,
it
so
has some truth to it.
yeah, because it happened to me before. Like when I was in New Zealand, I'm getting a good views and likes, and then the first thing that I landed in the Philippines, the next post is like pew 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 pew. So I'm like, oh
Yeah.
yeah,
I think there is. I mean, there's always that like idea that TikTok sends it out to your local audience first.
Yeah.
And then if that doesn't go, then it won't go further.
yeah.
And so, yeah, that is, I think there is some truth to that. But, yeah, that's an interesting concept. Okay. So what about, I'm going to ask you a question. And this is something you should give to Tony. So Tony, if you're watching, you should plan a trip to Philippines based on deals.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? You go to Philippines with the deals ready, like hotels, tourist stuff.
Oh yeah, someone told
Things
me
like that.
Yeah, when I was in a PR trip with Jetstar,
Yeah.
someone told me because like most of them are travel people.
Lilia.
Yeah. And
She's
also
so
like
good at it.
Dane and Stacy.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They're quite big in YouTube.
Yeah.
So Lilia is the one of the people that actually told me like about hotels and stuff.
Yeah.
Back then I didn't even know anything about that. I was just starting doing travel as well. And then when I landed my deal, I don't know if you call it deal, job, I would say job with TVNZ, the feed, they want me to experience a lot of stuff. So the good part about that is that I can pitch my ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, I should probably
Tell
do that.
us about the TVNZ stuff because I haven't actually seen that because I've had.
Oh, it's not in here on
no,
my-
no, I know. So what is it? The feed.
The feed.
Is it a show?
It's a show.
Oh, can we?
in
have a Google?
TVNZ?
I didn't know that was a thing. So that's cool. The feed TVNZ.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is that there?
Yeah. You can watch the previous episode on TVNZ Plus.
That is great.
Yeah.
So is it like a what sort of show is it?
So it's all about social media.
Okay.
Yeah, what's in, what's not in, kind of thing.
And so it's like a news show kind of thing, but for creators
Like
and social media.
entertainment.
Entertainment.
More entertainment. Yeah.
I've never seen it. Have
Yeah.
you seen it? No. We should get these guys on the podcast.
They're really nice. I love them.
Yeah. What's their names?
Mon and Ron.
Mon and Ron.
Yeah.
I love that. Mon and
And I
Ron.
was like, Mon and Ron and when?
Yeah, that's so funny. So you're like one of the correspondents sort of thing.
Yeah.
part of
So
it?
last year, I was only popping in the screen, like just for an interview.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, they told me, oh, maybe you can have a segment which is just about guys' fashion. And at that time, I was so confused. I was like, do I really have good fashion? Because like my fashion is everywhere. Next time you'll see me looking like a baseball boy.
Yeah.
And then see a skater boy. And then afterwards, you'll see me in a funny
Yeah.
bright color satin silk
Yeah,
shirt.
yeah.
So I was like, maybe that's why they like me because it's
Different.
Different.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then around December, I sent them another video because
Yeah.
I'm not really good in sending episode to them last year.
Yeah.
So I was just like, because they said, oh, just send us whenever you want.
Yeah.
There's no push.
Yeah.
Right. So December, I sent another video.
Yeah.
And they told me that they already wrap up the year, the season. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, what am I going to do next for that one? Because I really do like to get into the TV
Yeah.
industry.
Cool.
So I told them a good exit, like goodbye or something, but in a way that there's something more in me.
Cool.
And then around March, when I was like really anxious about like the deals and everything,
Yeah.
3 days or 4 days or a week before my flight, they reach out and they said they want to hire me for the entire season.
Cool.
But I need to do 2 segments every week.
Yeah.
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 So that becomes my kind of full time.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
was going to say they must pay pretty well. Being TV.
TV is
relative.
different.
Yeah.
TV is different. TV doesn't really pay much.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So it's not a lot.
not a lot.
It's so.
But it's a starting because I do believe in bow and arrow kind of
Yeah.
thing. Like sometimes you have to step back to go further.
Go further. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like it. Great analogy. I think it's good too because it gives you more distribution, right?
Yeah.
That's it. It gives you more
Yeah.
distribution. Yeah, no, I think the Philippines thing, like travel,
Yeah.
is something like so. I can get free travel. Like I went to Gold Coast for free. I'm going to Wellington and Queenstown for free. When we go to New York, our whole goal is to get free accommodation for the whole trip.
New York.
Yeah.
That's.
We're just going to try. Like, there's thousands of
Yeah,
hotels in
I
New York.
want to go to New York.
New York's
I
amazing.
feel like I'm going to cry on the square when I see that. I'm like, Harry Potter. Spider-Man.
The first time I went to New York, I pretty much did the same. So I arrived in
You
New
cried?
York at midnight.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And then I was staying at the Intercontinental in Times Square. And I arrived. And Times Square was packed. Like, maybe 1 million people just all around me. And I was like, I'm home. Like, this
Yeah.
and then I remember that trip. I was like, I'm going to come back here one day. Like, this is the place I want to live. Like, it's such a cool city. There's heaps of bad stuff with New York, but there's so much good. It's
Yeah,
such a
yeah,
cool place.
yeah.
It's a big city. Big cities have their good stuff and their bad stuff, but it has lots of good stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Are you from New Zealand?
yeah, I'm from New Zealand. I'm from
Okay.
Auckland. Yeah. But that's something that you should seriously think about that. Like, it's because I used to work in hotels, so it used to be my career. I used to run hotels for a living for like 15 years, and
So you can see like the behind the scenes of when creator reach out and everything.
yeah, and I know it's worth it for hotels because it costs them nothing, right? So a room, a hotel room. So let's say a hotel room,
But you
costs-
ask for a full free?
yeah. all the
Oh my
time.
gosh.
So if you think about a hotel room,
Yeah.
and it might cost $300 a night, let's say, that room might only cost a hotel $40 to $60 in cost.
Oh, wow.
So they charge you $300, but it only costs them $50.
Okay.
Right,
Well, I
for
can see
cleaning
the
fees and
difference
stuff.
now.
Yeah.
Back in 2018, because I'm not exposed with all of this stuff when it comes to like content creation and then free stuff from a hotel. One of my flatmate was talking to me and
Yeah.
they saw an article of a influencer asking a hotel for
yeah.
accommodation for a couple of days, and they said like, "Oh, we want to get a free couple of days and give you a good PR."
Yeah.
And then the company, I think the hotel released it out in public saying that
Yeah.
it's not what they want to or something. Like it's very negative to
Yeah.
content creator. And then my flatmate, because I don't know anything, my flatmate was like, "Oh, you should not be something like this when."
No. But that's different. Like,
But now I can see it because like
Yeah, it's
content-
changed now.
Yeah, content creator get paid like big money, and if you're getting a free hotel without pay on top of that,
Yeah.
then it's a really good.
it's a good deal for the hotel.
Yeah,
Yeah. And that's it, right? Like, if it only costs the hotel $50 a night and they give you 5 nights,
and then you post it.
that's $250 cost to them. But for you, that could be $1,500 worth of hotel room nights.
Yeah,
So you think it's good because you're going to have to pay it anyway.
Yeah.
So if you're getting it for free, that's great, and you get to make content about it.
Yeah.
So
That's a
actually,
good relationship
hotels are really good, and actually, like Tony's smart enough to know how to broker that deal, or his team. So like, you just say to him like, "Hey, I want to try to get some hotels," and you usually have to go to the fancier hotels.
Yeah.
Usually the cheaper hotels won't do it because like their demographics aren't watching that sort of stuff, and their hotel's not fancy enough for it. Whereas like if you go to the real nice ones like the Langham hotels and like in Singapore there's like the Nomi hotels, which they've
Oh,
got
Nomi,
here,
yeah.
Nomi.
I think they have that in Wellington too,
Yeah,
right?
Wellington,
Yeah.
Queenstown. So my best mate, he is the group revenue director of Nomi, and he's like, yeah, 100% Stan, our hotels are all fancy. Like the best way for us to market this is
Yeah.
travel influencers.
I think I saw that on when I
Lydia.
was- yeah, Lilia.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very Instagrammable.
Yeah, it's real nice, real flash hotel. So like you can do the same thing in Philippines.
Yeah.
And like like in Philippines too, like some of the more remote places that are like real luxury,
Oh yeah, yeah.
those places
And
love
also
it
those
too.
like villas in the Philippines. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Right next to the ocean. Oh, beautiful.
Exactly, right? So it's like a real cheap way to do it. But you could also do it in a way where, so that gets you a hotel, but then you like work with other local things that get you brand deals to earn an income while you're there. You could go set up a whole trip, man.
Yeah.
It's not even that
I'm
hard.
gonna do that.
Tony would know how to do
Yeah,
it. He's smart,
yeah.
man. That guy knows.
And also like the feed, they want me to do experience travel and stuff. Yeah.
So
I think
what
I'm gonna have an episode today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, about my experience with rugby.
Oh,
I
yeah,
went to
yeah,
the
yeah.
rugby show.
Yeah. That's
Dolphins
funny.
versus one New Zealand
Yeah.
Warriors. Yeah.
Yeah. Rugby league. Yeah, that's cool. That's funny. So tell me about the TV stuff. So you got ambitions to get into more TV?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
What was the goal? What would you love to do?
Weird thing around December, I was having a talk with my dad.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I feel like I do want to do a host thing, just like an
yeah.
experience at least.
Yeah.
And then this happened. So I'm like, what? Yeah. Sometimes universe just like freaks me out.
That's it.
A little bit.
Opportunities, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with this show, really fortunate enough to get this before like my travel because I was worried so much, and then I flew down to Christchurch on their first episode.
Yeah.
For the season.
Cool.
And it's live TV.
Oh, is
and
it?
then and then like I remember 3 minutes or 4 minutes before the live.
Yeah.
They told us like, okay, this is our first show of the year. TVNZ are watching. So I'm like, okay.
Shit.
I was like really nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did it go?
It went well, but I can't stand watching myself on that episode because I know how nervous I am,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
know that I blank out at some point. Someone said like it's okay. They said you did a pretty good job. I did not see that you're like
Yeah.
nervous, but some people was like, I can see it.
Yeah.
You're nervous, and I'm like, oh my god.
What did you have to do?
They just interviewed me. It's like basically an introduction
Okay.
that they're gonna say to people that Win is gonna be part of our season for this year.
Cool.
And he's the one that's being like a nosy insider to a lot of like events and stuff.
Yeah. What do you hope to get to from TVNZ? Like, do you want your own show?
Hopefully.
Is that the goal? Is
Yeah.
that your career goals too? Like to be a celebrity?
I feel like it always changed.
Yeah.
Because weirdly, before, after I graduated, I didn't know about like social media.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's a thing, but I do love posting and making videos.
Yeah.
At first, I thought when I graduated uni, I'm like, you know what? I studied advertising, so I'll be an advertiser, and then go to like Cannes for winning some like commercial that I made.
Yeah.
And then it changed. I was talking to my dad. I was like, maybe I want to be a professor from a university.
Yeah.
And then New Zealand comes in, and I was like, I remember back in the days, I want to be an actor.
Yeah.
And then I love filming, so I was like, why not director? But then a lot of Filipinos, when they boomed in the acting industry when they're like 18.
Yeah.
And I'm like already 20.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I missed my boat. So I'm like, I probably should give that one up.
Yeah.
And then social media pops in, and I'm like, oh, here we go again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then this happens. So now I'm thinking about like TV presenter. I was going to Ron, and he's really, he has a lot of good advice and good vibes to him.
Yep.
And he always go with intention, like a really good intention to promote a lot of stuff and then be influential to, is that word influential? Influential
Yeah.
to a lot of young kids to
Yeah.
make them feel that there's a lot of opportunities for them.
Yeah.
So when he gave me that talk, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I want to be a TV presenter.
Yeah.
Like, give it a shot. Like, probably this year, I'll be like, that's one of my goals.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's gonna happen next year because it always change.
Yeah. How do you think you can get that to happen?
This
Just doing
it's
this?
starting with this one because like
What about with intention? How do you do it?
yeah, I mean
Have you
I
thought about
tried
it?
what
Have you thought about how you go from here to your own show?
yeah. I haven't really thought that further.
Yeah.
But like every episode I tried for my first 10 episode, I tried to put in some input wherein it will actually shows and resonates to the people that's watching it. And then afterwards, aside from obviously I get frustrated about like the ideas because it's 2 segments, different idea every week too. So I get burnt out. So I'm like, well, at the end of the day, they chose me. So they see something in me. I always doubt myself. That's the thing. I always doubt myself. And then I realized that if they hired you and they've seen me in my platforms, I have lots of layer.
Yeah.
So I started making cooking video in there as well.
Yeah.
And then I was like, my main goal for this one is always to give back to creators.
Yeah.
So that's why I told them that I want to showcase creators.
Yeah.
So I heated up some creator from TikTok, and I'm hoping that I'll get Joni, get Joni, and then some couple of like experience, like for example, like right now,
Yeah.
I'm doing behind the scenes.
Yeah,
yeah.
cool.
And then actually, it's small businesses. I really want to help small businesses.
Cool.
But I'm still trying to figure out where to angle and when is the right time for me to actually do that.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. You know, with this sort of stuff, like to get into more of this, like a lot of people like rely on luck and right time, right place to do this. And that works. Like if you're just like, but you know, you think about like the people who produce the show, the people who are more senior there, because these guys aren't the senior ones. Like they're like the talent, but there's like the guys up the I don't know who they are in this world, but like you'll have the
Producer and
producers
directors.
and directors,
And then the television company.
exactly. Those guys love the same thing I love in my team. They love effort. They love people who try and are always like
On the go.
on the go, always there, always going, hey, what else can I help you with? What else can I do? Rather than like, and what they do love is like, you have to earn your right to give advice. And I think that's where a lot of people in like just young people in careers get it wrong, is that they like think if I give lots of advice, maybe that's a real good thing, or like I give my ideas. But usually when you're talking to like more senior people, what they actually really want from you is, here is like, how can I help you, Stan? Or how can I help you, Mr. Director? Like, what else do you need? Is there anything else I can do? And if you're like constantly giving effort to them, and every time they ask you for something, you deliver it, then when they're like, oh, hey, I've been asked to do this new show and I need a presenter, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's real easy to ask you. So like, I reckon like you're probably doing the right thing, which is just like push hard, but like push it hard in a way of like, how do I help you? How do you make him more successful? How do you make the producers more successful? How do you make them look good?
Yeah.
And
Especially
yeah,
sorry,
go. No,
for
no,
it.
you go.
Oh, especially now that I left my old agency. It was under my old agency.
yeah.
Now I have a full control over it. So I'm the one talking to the feed now.
Perfect.
So I want to be more involved because now I can actually have a good transaction with them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. And you should do that because people often just think, oh, look, if I'm really talented and I turn up, or if I'm just in the right place at the right time, I'll get opportunities. But it's not really how it happens. Like, this is still a job. Like,
Yeah.
This is a job.
Yeah.
This is not
But I
content
love it.
creation. This is a job. And it's good.
Yeah.
Because some jobs, you know, it's good to love your job. But like the best way to get ahead in places is like the same way in any job. Is just like, make sure your superiors or your bosses or the senior people think you will say yes when they ask.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and if you do that, man, like you're
You're gonna be on top of their mind.
Yeah, on top of their mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're always delivering for them and always going above and beyond, you'll always get way more opportunities. So that's pretty cool. So you'd be real stoked if you could become like proper celebrity status. That's like kind of where you want to go.
Maybe.
What about
Maybe.
movies? Too
Oh,
far? Or you love it?
I haven't tried to do
Yeah.
like an acting. I did back when I don't have a job around 2017 after I left my waitering do you call it hospitality?
Yeah.
Yeah, hospitality.
Yeah.
I did some extra in Shortland
yeah.
Street.
Oh, yeah.
I think everyone does that in New Zealand.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
you're
they
not an
hired-
actor unless you've done Shortland Street.
Yeah, and my role is a nurse. And I was like, that's perfect because I'm Filipino. And also that's perfect because like if they hire like they put you in the role of like you're a patient, you can't go back for the next month. Like it needs to have a big gap. But if you're a nurse, you can go there twice a week. So I'm like, oh,
interesting.
I need a job.
Yeah.
I need the money to live.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
funny. Did it
And-
pay okay as an extra? What'd you get?
I
What's like
don't
a
know,
normal
it's-
fee? Few $100
It
bucks? or-
cuts down so much.
Yeah, I was gonna
It
say
cuts down so
it can't be
much.
that much, eh?
Yeah, but the weird thing is, I was doing that, and then I was in the church. I think back in 2020. So that's 2017.
Yeah.
2019, I was in the church, and the kid was like, "There's a kid went up to me and he's like, I saw you in Shortland Street." And I was like, "That's 2 years ago. How come they remember my face?"
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. I love it. What about your creator journey? Where do you want that to go?
Oh, which one?
Your creator journey, like as a creator.
Oh, creator.
Where do you want that to go?
Um,
What are your goals with it?
I feel like it's more about being more authentic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me
To, like
what that
set an
means.
example to a lot of people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me what that means. How does it mean? What does that mean to you?
I feel like if you become like it resonates to
Yeah.
people and you become more relatable and they can see and you like the role model for them because like a lot of people doesn't have I don't know if this generation have a lot of people that they can see themselves in TV or like in social media.
Yeah.
So I want to be like in that kind of part.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And what does that look like if you are successful there? What does that look like? Like, how
I
do you
don't
want it to
know.
be? Yeah.
I don't know.
So you've got
I'm
this
not
goal.
up there yet, so that's why maybe I'm still like figuring out what's gonna. Cause like there will be a lot of branches
Yeah.
on what it looks like.
Yeah.
I still don't know in my.
You know, like I speak to a lot of creators who have these like goals and aspirations,
Yeah.
like, oh, I want this and I want that and I want that. And then when you dig in, you're like, what does it mean? The answer's always, and you're not alone here, and I want you to know this, that like, oh, I don't know what that is. But like, is that because you're not really like, that's the wrong question to be asking? Like, is that really what you want?
Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, like is that what you want? And then you feel like next year it could be something else.
Yeah.
I do want to have a coffee bean brand.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Oh, I love coffee.
Wait, where did coffee bean come from?
I know. So
Fuck. How did we
back
get to
in
coffee?
college, I love coffee.
Yeah,
And
okay.
because obviously uni student is like their best friend is either energy drink or
Coffee.
Coffee. But in the Philippines, energy drink is not really like a healthy option for
Nah.
people. So I go with coffees and I love them. And then I move into a flatmate who loves coffee as well.
Yeah.
And they do a lot of coffee shops, starting coffee shops every weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the time I get more exposed to it. And before, I didn't know that I can actually taste the difference of coffee beans.
Yeah.
So now I've been trying different coffee beans from a mountain, like
Yeah.
roasted by a culture in the Philippines, like in a mountain.
Yeah.
And I've been trying different kind of coffees, and I was like, maybe I can put this one onto my. It's not happening yet, but maybe one day I'll try to put into my TikTok where I try to get like the trust of people when it comes to like I'm a trustable person when it comes to coffee, and I do believe that, but I haven't shown that to my platform yet. And if I'm doing coffee bean, I think coffee beans, yeah. So it will start from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I can introduce myself when it comes to like coffee business.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That's
I don't.
so random.
I'm not sure. Yeah, it's so
We
random.
went from celebrity to coffee bean. Hey?
See.
We're gonna
There's a lot of.
do all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of branch, but that's the thing about like content creating.
Yeah.
It kind of like smush it all together. You become a celebrity even though you don't go on TV.
Yeah.
Like
Of
we have
course.
Noah Beck,
Of course.
right? And I think he guessed it in Nickelodeon, but he's a celebrity now. Like content creator became slowly becoming like
Yeah. It's a
That.
celebrity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Content creators are just the same as TV.
and they get a lot of
celebrities.
money. Crazy. In America, it's crazy.
And in fact, more people watch even my TikToks than probably watch the feed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's crazy when you think about it. Like how much money's spent on the show.
Yeah.
And my like, this probably gets more views, which is crazy. And so you are next level above me, or well, a few levels above me. But you know what I mean? Like you're getting heaps, so you're definitely more celebrity status. Like more people know
hope so.
your name than know Ronnie.
I'm not sure.
no, I've never seen him in my life.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's
I've seen
only-
him before.
Yeah, but only New Zealanders.
Yeah, New Zealand. Yeah.
And how many people watch TVNZ?
I'm not really sure
I've
too.
never watched TVNZ, and like
Because
not
people
since
are,
I've been back.
Yeah, people are consumed with Netflix. Like, because Netflix is suitable to our comfort, like in our daily life. Aside from like in TV, you have to catch a certain show, right? But in Netflix, you can just like do it whenever.
You should ask these guys, hey, what's our viewership on this show?
I would.
You should
love
ask for
to.
numbers.
I would love to. I think
Ronnie,
that's
I'm
why
gonna
they're
come ask you.
including. That's why they're trying to push in more creators towards it.
Yeah.
Especially, it's all about content creating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, and of course, because it helps push it, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's TV trying to survive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like good TV. See, Netflix and that disrupted TV because like they went, you know what? Screw your reality TV shows. We're gonna make really good shows. You know, where they made like HBO does all its crazy stuff with Game of Thrones and all that.
And Euphoria.
Netflix does all its crazy stuff with all the videos. But then like all the local TV networks, they just do all this reality
Shows.
shows pretty much, right?
There's one reality show that I feel like I would love to be in.
Yeah, what's that?
Big Brother House.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm not
This
a
is-
Love Island person.
No.
Definitely not. Like I'm gonna be the short king in there. That is sad. Like
Bro,
all of them are standing.
you
The
should-
camera needs to pan down.
Bro, you should trial out for it, man. It'll be so
Oh
fucking
my
good.
god, that would be fun.
Bro.
Oh my god, I'm gonna be roasted a lot if I pop into Love Island.
The Bachelor.
Oh, the Bachelor. Oh my god. All the girls are gonna.
Bro, that'd be so good.
The camera always like go down.
Does New Zealand have Big Brother? No way.
No.
Nah.
But I feel like it's gonna be insane. Imagine if it's a celebrity version, or like celebrity version. So you're gonna put like celebrities, content creators. That would be funny. And every week we're gonna try to vote someone off. Like 2 points for let's say Joni because she didn't clean the coffee machine, and I'm using it.
Should
Something
be
like
gone.
that.
Should be gone.
And it's
definitely.
gonna be crazy every single week. And I think a lot of like kids and also young adults are gonna watch it because it's crazy.
Bro, you know what would be funny?
What?
Do your own Big Brother.
On
Bro.
TikTok.
Bro, just get like 10 content creators and like all put on a bunch of money, set up cameras all around the house, and just like do your own mini games and everything.
Yeah.
And vote people off the island, and then like fully record it all and make a TikTok series out of it.
Yeah. Oh, TikTok series. Have you heard about that?
Yeah.
That you can buy a TikTok series?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's
See?
crazy.
That's how you sell it.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Imagine getting like 10
Need a good
TikTokers.
funding and are really committed creators that have the same mindset of
Bro.
towards Big Brother.
TV
I mean-
on air. They do fun shows. Like they fund things like
Which
this.
one?
TV on air. New Zealand
Oh.
on air, sorry.
How can I connect with them? Hi.
Bro, just New Zealand on air. Google it.
Okay.
They're like, that's New Zealand on air pays for this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how they pay for it.
Oh my God.
They do
maybe.
funding for this and stuff. Like, it's not easy to get the funding, but like, that's actually a fucking crack up show. That would be actually real funny. I'd watch it on TikTok.
Imagine. Oh, do you know
I
Judah?
don't know if I'd pay for it though.
Do you know Judah?
Yeah.
Imagine, because obviously it's going to be like different creators, different cultures. Oh my gosh, it's going to be a lot of clash.
To be honest, it would take someone like Terrell to run it. It would
I
need
met
someone
Terrell.
as smart as him to understand how to make it work.
Oh my God, yeah, Terrell.
Pitch it to him, bro.
I'll try to get hold of him first.
TikTok Big Brother New Zealand.
That would
You
be
would start a
crazy.
global movement. Yeah, Oos Gang's on it. Like,
Everyone's
they're
going to
like-
watch it all the time. Like, holy shiz.
Break out.
And you just like fill the house with product placement.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that's how you get paid.
That's how you get paid.
Oh, yeah,
Don't do it on
true.
TikTok series because I wouldn't pay TikTok series for that, but I would watch it on TikTok.
Yeah.
No, you get the first one's watched and then you make it a series once it's huge.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, true.
Just,
You
Bro,
can have a
that's-
season 2.
bro. That is funny. That is actually legit
'cause
funny.
that's a way for other creators to build up their clout, so they're going to want to be on it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
true.
If it goes well.
Bro, imagine this is actually like legit business idea. Imagine doing a piss take, like a TikTok version of all the big reality TV shows funded by creators, like a Love Island, but like creator mode, and it's just like Oos Gang.
Oh,
and,
I
like,
was about to say
all the
Oos
guys.
Gang.
Bro. He would carve up. He would carve up.
Yeah.
He
yeah.
would crush that. Imagine just him and the Samoan boys just like rocking up, and then just like,
And then they get someone else with their girl and like, what?
bro, that would be so funny.
Yeah.
I would watch the shit out of
Same.
that.
Same. That's why I was like, when it popped into my head, I was like, oh, this is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't know why they're not doing it.
You know what?
Maybe it's my turn to just say it to them.
Do you know how to test it? Just fake, like make some fake TikTok videos, like not fake, but you know, like scripted skits of pretending you're in a Big Brother house with some other, you know, because you've always got stuff with your other creator mates.
Yeah, 'cause-
and just like script a thing, and be like, and see what the response is for people that if you were on Big Brother, what would it be like? And then you can test the series, and then if you get lots of good response, you'd be like, should we actually do this? Because actually, if you take that data and you go to New Zealand on air,
Like, let's say it got like 4 million views. They're going to be like,
and you go, look, people want this. This is our idea for the pitch. Like, we need money to make this. I reckon they would, because you're like, that is fine.
I would
I'm actually
love
real
it.
excited by this. I want to just steal this idea myself.
because some creators, like, there's a lot of like house in America, right?
Yeah.
Like Team 10 kind of thing.
yeah.
And do you see what they're doing inside the house, or it's all just like based on the TikTok they posted?
TikToks,
But
yeah.
it's not like a reality show.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. I think there's one series that is.
Is it the D'Amelio show?
Oh, yeah, but that's not
But it's
really
not
that
content.
one.
That's
not
like
the same.
family.
Nah.
Kardashians.
Team 10 turned into reality TV. Because
Who?
they posted every single day. Like Team 10.
Uh-huh.
Like every single person posted every day.
Yeah.
They all had each other in it. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like that.
But not really like pinpointing that it.
It's
is
not
like-
proper reality,
Yeah,
nah.
it didn't work.
Yeah. That's funny. I really like this idea. I think
Especially
you
the
should do it.
voting part.
I think you should do it. There's a channel called Game Changer on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
They're part of College Humor. Oh, College Humor? Yeah, I think College
I
Humor.
know college humor.
I think it's part of College Humor. And they did their own version of Survivor. And they did it in the studio. And they just did all these games inside the studio, but it was like their own vision. It's so funny.
Not
Just go
working.
game
My
changer. on
YouTube, it's not even like whoa. I haven't posted in ages.
Why not?
I want to try doing it again because like I have a mate in the Philippines. He's
Yeah.
doing a lot. He gets like 30 million
YouTube.
views every month.
Really?
My mate in the Philippines.
Shit.
Crazy.
Why
Crazy
don't you
money.
do more?
Well, it's not the same. I don't have his brand is so different. It's like helping less fortunate. Do you call it less fortunate?
Yeah.
Yeah, people.
Okay.
And like build houses and stuff. He
yeah,
gets the
cool, cool,
funding
cool.
from people that works overseas.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So he
Yeah.
blows up from that.
Yeah, that's really cool. Oh, this is it. So there is like a series. Just click on the just type in the search bar Game Changer Survivor series. Or just Game Changer Survivor. Yeah. Yeah, so this one here. Like this is just a short. This one. Oh, I think this will be it. Oh yeah, see they got the elimination game.
Oh my god, I would love elimination.
It's like
game.
so Game Changer is like a real funny show. So every episode it's a new game and no one knows the rules until they start playing.
Oh my god.
And so they just start. So they rocked up to this episode, not realizing that they're now on a Survivor channel, and they had to find like little totems and stuff to get immunity. And they do like these full on, like it's funny.
It's like
crack
escape
up.
room for that one.
But imagine you doing that, like just making some skits,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
bro. You should do it,
I would do it.
bro. It'll be so funny.
I had to get hold onto like a couple of creators.
Get a couple of creators.
Yeah.
You know a few creators though, right? Because on
Yeah.
your content you got a lot on there.
Yeah, so for that one, I think because I don't have a family here in New Zealand and I don't have like childhood friends, so I try to connect with a lot of different creators.
Yeah,
and I
cool.
try to meet them all up. So I'm friends with like Reagan,
Yeah.
Judah,
Yeah.
and then I have Joni, and then other people.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty cool. A little community.
yeah,
Yeah.
And then even though I don't know some of the other people, I reach out to them
Yeah.
and then watch all their thing, and then try to
Yeah, that's
connect
cool.
with them.
Yeah.
I think collaboration is the best key when it comes to content creator.
100%. That's
Yeah,
why
but
we
a
did
lot of
Sans
people
Van.
don't see it. Like some creators that I've met before,
Yeah.
they're like icky about like collaboration because they're, I don't know if they're already in their
really?
head
Yeah.
to the point that they always think about clout.
Okay.
And I'm like, there's a fine line between clout and also collaboration.
Yeah.
And if you always think, because like even like for example, you hanged out with someone who has 45K,
Yeah.
right? Maybe that 45K doesn't even know you exist.
Exactly.
So that's another market.
100%.
I just don't get why people were like, oh, they're trying to get my clout. And I'm like, huh?
I know. So many people we see do that too. And it took a little while for people even to come onto the show before they thought we were trying to do the same, just steal their clout. And it's like, look, my personal TikTok isn't where we make all the money. Like my LinkedIn and the company TikToks where we all do. We do this because like we genuinely like I've always wanted a podcast, but I've always liked talking to creators. I think the creator world's real interesting. Like I got a real passion for it. But now that we've had a few people like, especially like when like Judy, who has 1.8 million, and then Lewis Davis, and then Lisa
Daniel
Perez,
Rose,
and Daniel
Nikita.
Rose.
I actually did my research because I was so nervous.
Yeah.
It's like my first podcast. I researched on Google, how do you prepare to go to a podcast? And I'm like, and they said like, well, watch the podcast. So I started watching your podcast and I'm like, you know what? This guy is smart. You want to know why? My first thought, I was like, aside you have like a company, right?
Yeah.
This is like a first-hand survey. I was like, and he's gonna put some notes, and then you're gonna get more knowledge.
Yeah.
When it comes to this industry, because
100%.
you're interviewing someone who's doing content creating.
100%.
And
Smart.
then you got a TV show as well.
Yeah. Now you have me.
Yeah, now I got a TV show. We're
Yeah.
going to do Big Brother
Oh, we should do that.
Pinoy edition. You and Joni.
Oh my god! And Daniel.
Bro.
Daniel is a Filipino.
And Daniel, yeah.
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 Oh my god! It's gonna be like
I
crazy.
love it. Nah,
There's-
I totally agree with you though. Like there's so many benefits to doing this. Like actually just like even meeting creators.
And then I learned from you.
They learn from me, I learn from them. I actually learn more probably than the creators do because and the reason being is because I go into these sessions trying to learn. Like whereas like that you often come in here, like the creator comes in here nervous or like I'm not sure. A lot of the time it's their first time on podcasts and stuff. And so yeah, exactly. And so a lot of them are like too nervous or not sure or just trying to take in all the shit of me telling them to quit their job. That's probably most of it. But for me, I learn the most. But it's also just really cool. Like meeting people like yourself who've got all these followers and stuff. And like the other day I was at a talk in Blenheim and I met Jazz Thornton and Lucy Blackiston, who
Jazz
owns Thornton.
Oh, the New Zealand of the Year.
Yeah.
I hanged out with her in Sydney.
Yeah, so I met her just last week on Wednesday, and I don't even...
She's really nice.
Yeah, I only
Down to
knew of
earth
her this
person.
year. Like, I didn't know who she was previous to this year, or maybe late last year. And then I met Lucy Blackiston, who owns Shit You Should Care About, that Instagram channel, which is like 3.5 million. Yeah, they're massive. And I met them, and I met these people, and I met you guys, and like... But even then, when I met them, they're like, "Oh, who are you? Attention seeking." And they saw it, and they're like, "Oh, fuck, we know you guys." And then, like, just like the world that opens up, like these people like lord over these big, like, you know, you've got fans, right? Like proper fans, and all these creators have proper fans. But then you meet them, and they're actually just normal people, just trying to get by in their life. And that's what I love most about this. Like, I get to meet the real side of these guys. And then every once in a while, you'll meet people like Lewis Davis. Have you met him before?
Yeah. Not really. I've watched him in a panel.
Yeah.
So we are dancing.
He is stupidly smart. Hey, like
I can see that. I can sense
that.
that.
He's like Mr. Beast kind of.
Mr. Beast.
Yeah, his brain just like doesn't stop. Like even when we're doing the podcast, his brain was like,
Beast from the far north.
yeah, he's Mr. Beast from Northland. Yeah. But he's cool. Like, and you just meet people like that. You're like, shit, like this is really cool. And so I loved it in this podcast. Look, we're at the top of the hour now. It's already been an hour that we've gone through. So have you got any last things you want to ask me or any questions, or are you pretty exhausted by me putting other things? Put it in an email.
Especially the Big Brother part.
Yeah.
But there's a funny thing that I want to mention to you. Back in, I think it was 2017, someone tried to make an agency, not agency or probably a company, tried to make a creator award show, right? And I was doing Musically back then.
Yeah.
And they put me in Best in Music. And you know who's the other nominated people? Lord, Kings. And then there's another YouTuber who sings. And then me. I think you can still search that. And
Did you win?
Nah, but like I didn't win because like
Lord.
But Kings won.
Oh, yeah.
The award.
Cool.
But
Deserving.
I'm like, oh my God, why did they put me in there just because I'm doing Musically? Do they even know the app? I was lip syncing. Lip syncing songs.
Good.
Lip syncing comedy from other comedians in America.
Funny.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Just desperate for people to put on. Imagine if you won meet Kings and Lord.
Yeah. That's a flex. I'll be like, I was nominated against Lord.
Yeah, that's so good. Yeah. You should just say you're the runner up. She came third. No one knows.
Oh, I would definitely use that now. You can still search it.
That's so funny. Actually, we're going to get Kings on the podcast. He's smart. I love what he does. He's real clever. He's a friend of our friends, so I should get him on. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
I
you
really
for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
And we'll
Thank
talk
you.
soon. Cheers.
Okay. See ya.